Hello and welcome to the Saturday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Mark Warwood. There's 8 races at Ascot Racecourse on Saturday. Let's have a look at the likely conditions. We're expecting a partly cloudy day, around 32 degrees Celsius, the track to be a good 4 and the rail at the inside position. Race number 1 will jump at 12:48. It's the Tab Touch Handicap over 1,000 metres. The replay horse is number 3, How to Fly, in the Magic Millions race at Pinjarra last weekend.
Lucy May searching for a run. Epic Grey called upon. How to Fly is starting to join in down the outside. Street Fury searching for a run in behind them. Epic Grey at the 150 ranged up, joined Cognac. Lucy May searching for a rails run, whacked out battling down the outside. Fine Scent coming late, but Epic Grey shrugged them off, and it's too good for them. Epic Grey.
Pretty good effort there by How to Fly in the restricted listed race at Pinjarra 7 days ago. Backs up here, and really importantly, it meets number 1 Cognac, one of its main rivals, much better at the weights. It also draws a much better gate, and it's got Brodie Kirby aboard, and he's worth every kilo of the 3 kilos he can claim. Number 3 goes on top. Number 5 Bon Voyage is probably the main danger. The blinkers go on here. That's a key gear change. Had the fastest last 200 last time out. The query here is the stable. They're out of form, the Williams team. They haven't had a winner at Ascot this year. It will turn. They've got too many good horses not to be winning races, but at this point in time, a little bit of a watching brief. Other horses to consider, we mentioned number 1 Cognac before. It is hard to see him turn in the tables on the top pick, but back to 1,000 should shoot. And number 4 here, Tango Aura, should be on speed, but I'm a little bit concerned about there being quite a lot of speed in this race, and the late splits may be a worry. My on top selection in race number 1 is number 3, How to Fly, to beat number 5 Bon Voyage, number 1 Cognac, and number 4 Tango Aura. Race number 2 at Ascot will jump at 1:29. It's the Argonaut Corporate Advisors and Stockbrokers Plate over 1,200 metres. The replay horse, it's number 2, Essetro, winning on Perth Cup Day.
Rams on fire, they bump together there, and now Essetro starts its run from well off and is coming right down the outskirts. Carolina Reaper, Prince Andre, and now here comes Essetro. It's Essetro, and Bam's on fire, but Essetro reaches the lead. It's Essetro, too good, what a great debut. Essetro beat Bam.
Adam Durant is the punter's pal in Perth at the moment. When he declares a horse, it generally does the business, and Essetro did that on New Year's Day. Particularly impressive in the last 400 metres, had the best late splits all the way through the race, but that last 2 furlongs was absolutely electric. He thinks it's a gun, it goes on top here. Another trainer banging form is Simon Miller. He's got a really good bunch of 2-year-olds, and the latest one might be Blankenburge. Trialled on Tuesday here at Ascot with Doll City. Doll City is one of the better 2-year-olds going around as well, so I think that's pretty good form here. It's just the race experience that the top selection has got is what's leaning me towards Essetro. I think they're the major 2 here. Number 4 Cockatiel backs up from the Magic Millions race, was 3rd behind Vela Road, beaten nearly 4 lengths. And number 6 Saeta is also having its second start. I think it will improve from that run behind Kiss the Bridge, which rated pretty similarly to the top one here, Carolina Reaper. It's just that Carolina Reaper's probably, we've seen it as good as Carolina Reaper might well be. My on top selection in race number 2 is the odds-on favourite, number 2 Essetro, to beat number 7 Blankenburge, 4 Cockatiel, and 6 Saeta. Race number 3 at Ascot will jump at 2:09. It's the off-the-track supporting retired WA racehorses maiden over 1,200 metres. The replay horse, we're going to go back in time a little bit, back to September, and No Mean Feat finishing just behind Another Story at Belmont Park.
For home though, at the 300, Another Story nursed in front by the Wizard, and now he says go, hits the trigger, put 2 on Dynamite Jack, followed by Bellflower, back behind them then, running on Vital Silver with 100 left to go. Another Story's the leader, Vital Silver's getting home down the outside, so's No Mean Feat, but Pike gets the double early. Another Story too good from a tight game.
I guess you say No Mean Feat is a watch horse here. First up, without a trial, and some key gear changes. Concussion plates go on for the first time, and there's been some synthetic hoof repair work done as well. Normally I'd be shying away from a horse with concussion plates on, but I think these gear changes are pretty significant, and the fact that it's appearing without a public trial has got me very interested. So number 2 goes on top. Number 3 Tycoon Legend has the winkers on here. Was okay when favourite last start, was held up in the early part of the straight. is entitled to be there or thereabouts again in this grade. You could say the same about number 1, Comparative. Comes out of the same race as Tycoon Legend. Did post the fastest last furlong in that race. He's certainly a chance again here. And number 5, Rabot. It's come up favourite here. I think it's a false favourite. It was disappointing last start. I am willing to give it another chance, but certainly not at those odds. My on top selection in race number 3 is number 2, No Mean Feat, to beat number 3, Tycoon Legend, number 1, Comparative, and number 5, Rabot. Race number 4 at Ascot will jump at 2:49. It's the De Sonia handicap over 1,000 metres. The replay horse, it's number 7, Dynamite Dream, finishing last at 10 at Ascot last month.
Very Angry Girl, Prince Olara, Epic Grey cruised up to Saturia Tango Aura. He hadn't really moved on it. They're about 2.5 in front of Dynamite Dream, looking for the way clear. Down the outside is Very Angry Girl. It's Epic Grey. Here's Lady Legine, Very Angry Girl. He has to get into Epic Grey. They're coming. They split it. Oh, it's a tight go. A 3-way finish. Lady.
It's not often we show you a horse finishing last in one of our replays, but Dynamite Dream, she was a tragedy beaten last start. Wasn't her fault or that of her jockey, Jason Brown. There simply was nowhere for them to go in the straight. I think she'll be much better here second up, and her form last preparation was plenty good enough to be winning this. The query horse for mine is number 4, Presenter Tie. It was pretty disappointing at Belmont Park in the winter, but maybe sprint trips did its go. It won at Geraldton last start over 1,200 metres. Joe Azzopardi rode it that day. Brodie Kirby rides it on Saturday and of course takes off 3. Number 1, Forbidden Planet, is first up off just a 1 trial. That was at Larkhill behind Rebel King. He's 0 from 4 at Ascot. That is the query, but he did win his only race fresh, and I think his ratings are pretty decent. And then number 8, Masquerade, was pretty disappointing at odds on in an easier race than this, but he was in restricted room at the business end of affairs, willing to give it another chance, at least in the exotics, but it has gone up favourites, and I think that's just plain wrong. My top selection in race number 4 is number 7, Dynamite Dream, from number 4, Presenter Tie, 1, Forbidden Planet, and number 8, Masquerade.